There are football legends and then there are world leaders. But there's only one man in modern history that has managed to be both, and his name is George Weah, the 25th president of Liberia. Today, I simply want to know in my trivia question, how many African Footballer of the Year awards did George Weah win? Let's revisit that question later and get into what happened at the Theatre des Chalets in Paris earlier this week. And who better to talk about this and so much more than with Jessica. Which one is this one again?
I am very disappointed. It's Heritage Week and you are just there.
I'm just where?
Where's your attire? Where are you showing an
Everybody.
We are on an African football show. Where are you showing this?
Everybody knows I'm a South Nigerian.
I'm gonna find you. How are you?
You're looking lovely.
Thank you very much.
So which one is this? There's a wing behind your back. What's
this is
going
the traditional
on?
vendor attire. As a vendor bride, this is, they call them satellite dishes, but story for another day.
All right, beautiful. Well, thank God for satellite dishes because we could track what was happening in Paris.
Yes.
And well done to our African sister Nnadozie.
Yes.
And also the coach and the Africans that represented us on the world stage. It was beautiful to see, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. And I can see the smile, the gleam on your face when you're speaking about Nnadozie. I mean, it represents the African continent so well. And let's talk about Nnadozie first before we go to Madugu. You know, Nnadozie has been one player who's really truly shown how much, you know, the hard work that she's put in. We've seen her growth, especially in the international spaces, all the way from PSG, you know, now she's with Brighton and she's doing phenomenally well. She's received accolades in the WAFCON spaces. We saw she walked away with, you know, goalkeeper of the tournament. So I think this speaks volumes about the kind of work that she puts into this. And I think if we're looking at the representation, she is one player who also represents not just Nigeria, but Africa as a whole. And she's a goalkeeper, which we all know is a very, very tough, you know, position to actually play, especially for receiving recognition. Most stars are recognized as, you know, your 10s are recognized, your strikers, your wingers, and that kind of thing. But I think to basically do so well in that position, absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, the first Super Falcons player to break into the first 5 of the Yashin Trophy at the Ballon d'Or. That is a big achievement indeed. But why her? Like, there are other players on the continent that we saw in the WAFCON, the likes of Okoronkwo, also in South Africa. There are a lot of great players there. Why are they picking this goalkeeper? What makes her special? Let's
look at the level of football that these players that you're mentioning have played. You know, let's make an example. Andile Dlamini, phenomenal player, but she's never broken through into the international spaces. This is a player that plays with some of the players that have walked away with Ballon d'Ors before, you know, so her name is actually recognized in the international spaces. And I think that's what differentiates her from that. And this is not just the first time she receives a recognition in the European space. So I think people are very familiar with her name and the work that she does. And I mean, this is a spoken about goalkeeper in the domestic league of whatever league it is that she plays for. So I think that is the difference. Not to say other players who are playing on the African continent are not doing well enough. It's just that their names are not mentioned in the bigger scales when it comes to African football.
Amazing. So in a nutshell, what she's saying is that her global recognition is because of years of consistency, really. And also well done to her coach, Madugu.
Absolutely. Look at the shine on your face again. Madugu has been part of the national team structures, the Nigerian national team structures for a while now. You know, he was part of the assistant technical team. He went away and then he came back again. So I think this is somebody that actually understands the growth and, you know, the victory of the Nigerian national team. And I think it also speaks volumes for us to see a coach from Africa being nominated and, you know, their names being mentioned in such rooms. I think this is a phenomenal recognition for him, and I think he will continue to do well. I mean, he is coaching one of the best teams in Africa, which kind of makes it a little bit easy, you know, for his name to also be mentioned there. But I think looking at his record, whether it was in the league or it is in the national team, absolutely deserving.
Yes, many reasons to smile. I'm not just smiling because they're Nigerians. I'm smiling because they're Africans. And I'm smiling because African talent is being recognized on the world stage in Paris. Also a bit smiling because of my sister's outfit today, the satellites behind her. Anyway, now let's talk about the UNIFAC region in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, so this is basically the last zone that everybody's looking forward to. Yeah. Final match decider will definitely be on Monday. We are going to be watching and clinching our purses because now we are moving on to the next round, the big, Champions League. But how it's set up is there's going to be 5 teams as one group, and the team that's going to then come first is the one that's going to then move on to CAF. Don't forget, TP Mazembe from that zone has already qualified due to the fact that they are the defending champions. I mean, phenomenal to see some of the teams. I think for me, a team that stands out is definitely, and I just want to say this correctly, Sishana. This is a team that has a lot of loaned players coming through from TP Mazembe. I think it was a strategic plan, having to have 2 teams from one zone playing in CAF could have been a strategy. And some of the players from TP Mazembe, you will see they have been loaned to this team, including Motoko, who's a player from Banyana, who played for TP Mazembe. Now she joins the side to try and help them to advance and as well as win. So we'll see what Monday has in store for us, but I'm definitely looking forward to the performance that they're going to be giving because there is a lot of familiar faces that we are seeing from that team.
Oh, thank you so much, Jess, for that. I'm looking forward to seeing so many things. The Equatorial Guinea powerhouse, 15-day Agosto. I hope I pronounced that right. And also the Cameroonian sides, because in the history of this competition, not even one Cameroonian team has ever reached the final. So I want to see that on the continent. Jessica, that outfit, love it. And you're about to love what you're about to see next. After this short commercial, we're going to be talking about the CAF Champions League and so much more. Stay tuned.